Notary beginners always make this mistake. And if you're new to the notary industry or if you're experienced in the notary industry, you need to make sure to watch this video. I'll explain it to you guys. Even within the notary knowledge community, which is one of the largest notary communities, I'm still seeing this mistake from experienced notaries too. So I want to make this, and if you stick to the end of this video, you'll have all the tricks, the tools, the information you need so that you're not doing the same thing that other notaries are out there doing. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Suave. I'm a 7-figure notary business entrepreneur. I've been in the notary space since probably going on 8 years now. And I'm just teaching what I did, things that I know, and mentoring people along the way. So let's jump into it. What is the notary beginners mistake that they always do? And also, it's not just the notary beginners, it's also a lot of experienced notaries too. And I'll call this business theatrics. Business theatrics. That's the best way that I can explain that. So let me break down that concept for you a little bit more. So basically what I'm saying, business theatrics, and I'm gonna have to go back to go forward. So when my mom, in case you didn't guys know, my mom is a real estate agent, right? When she was first getting into the real estate into the real estate world, she was telling me about all the meetings that she was going to, the conferences that she was attending, speaking to these different people, networking. And in the back of my mind, I knew that a lot of that stuff was business theatrics. So what many people tend to do when they jump into the entrepreneurship or the business space and they start working for themselves, what you'll see is a lot of these industries have events catered towards making you feel like you're doing business. And that's what I call business theatrics. All the things that make you feel like you're doing business. So that may be going to conferences all the time, going to these meetings and just talking to other notaries under the guise of networking, or maybe going over here and meeting up with other real estate agents or notaries for happy hour. And in your mind, you're like, oh yeah, I'm networking. I'm with other business people. We're talking about business and stuff like that. But I call that business theatrics. The reason I call that is because the majority of people within any industry are so caught up in the business theatrics that they're not actually putting the work in the business. So all this other stuff, let's say the networking, these going to these events, these going to these conferences and paying that money, although those things can be good in terms of networking, it can be good. It's much more beneficial for you and for your business to actually be doing the work. Don't look like you're doing the work. Don't talk about doing the work. Don't network about the work that you guys could be doing together. Do the work. Cut all the BS out and just do the work. The most times you'll see the biggest steps in your business is from the times that you're sitting down and doing your work. The problem is, most of the time, people don't want to do that part because that's the most boring part if you don't really enjoy what you're doing. So in terms of real estate, for example, I would say, yeah, going to these networking events, meeting people and talking and going to these happy hours and brainstorming with other realtors, that stuff is cool. But what's really going to bring the results in the door, especially when you're first starting off, is you sitting your butt down, making those cold calls, reaching out to people that want to sell their property, the marketing. And it's the same thing across any industry. So let me just take that back into the notary industry. A lot of people are going to these conferences, which is great. The conferences is great. Pay your $700, whatever. Going to these conferences, they're meeting up with other notaries and we're talking and we're brainstorming notary ideas and stuff like that together, which most of the time you guys are just chopping it up about other stuff. And they're doing all these other things, but they would get much more progress if you just stay your butt at home or stay in your office or go to the library and sit down and focus on putting the work directly into the business, not all the other things that are around it. Because all this other stuff looks like work, it feels like work, it makes good social media posts like, hey, I'm at this conference, I got my suit on, I'm networking with people, got your arms crossed in pictures, meeting other notaries, shaking hands. All that stuff looks good. But what really matters, like I'm saying to you guys, and you have to trust me on this one, because I know some people are going to be like, yeah, but you're networking with other notaries. Look, I've made millions, 7 figures in the notary industry without even going to any conferences. So if you're sitting under the impression that, oh, I have to go to these conferences and meet people and network, no, you don't. What you need to do is just do the work. Cut out all the fluff, cut out all the BS, and you guys know that's me, that's the brand. I just try to cut through it. Like, you don't need to do all those other things. It feels good, you're spending that money. But for example, the same $700 that you're putting into a conference or whatever is the same money that you could be putting directly into the business so you can get a return back. I will say, if you go to the conferences, you have the potential of meeting other notaries or maybe hearing some information, but why don't you just take that and just buy a course and get straight to the information rather than having to get a hotel, drive up there. You just cut the time down. Just say, nope, I want the information and I want to just apply that stuff into my business. If you go into any industry with that type of mindset, that's going to be the thing that separates you from everybody else. These are the real tips that people don't want to hear, because even for me right now, most of the time I'm working on a business. I'm not really talking about it with other people. I'm not really always networking. And I'm going to put it like this, because a lot of times people are networking, you're just going there, you talk about a little bit of stuff, but then most of the time you guys are talking about family, kids, your future aspirations. You're just, it's more of a social gathering a lot of times than it is like, I'm going to take these tools home. Because the majority of times I'm seeing notaries go there, oh, it was a great experience. What did you learn? Well, I kind of learned this and this. But then 3-4 months from now, when you ask them where they are in their business, they're in the same spot. So what if that was the case, if you're still going to be in the same spot after spending all that money to go and meet these people, why not just take that same money that you had before and just put it directly back into the business? Now, you might be asking, what does doing the work look like? Like, what am I supposed to be doing if I'm not supposed to be out here networking, or if I'm not out here, meeting people and, exchanging information? I would say the most important thing is doing the physical activities that have a direct correlation on bringing you in revenue. So that might be focusing on, for example, for me, I always talk about the Notary hybrid system. It's a system that I created to help notaries learn how to fish themselves and get clients without having to rely on signing services. Focusing on something like that, the Notary hybrid system, and choosing an avenue within the Notary hybrid system that you can use is more beneficial to bring you in clients and growing your business. Because the name of the game is, you don't want to just be seen as a notary, oh, that guy's a notary. You want to be making money as a notary so that you can replace your 9-to-5 with your notary income or have additional side income coming in. That's the goal. Not looking cool and telling your friends you're a notary. That stuff doesn't matter. Those are like, it's just more so ego stuff. You know what I'm saying? It just looks cool for pictures. But I would say sit down. You need to be focusing on your marketing. You need to be focusing on your education, and you need to be doing coaching, which is kind of falls under education, but education is more so buying like a course, going over the material. Having coaching is like, I reach out to me, knowledge, I want you to coach me. I sit down, I look at where your business is, and I take you through it. So you need to be doing one of those three, if not all three. I've done all three of these. So that's the stuff that really matters. All right, how do I market myself every single day? What sort of daily efforts am I putting in every single day to make sure that I'm bringing out money? Right? What are you doing every single day in your notary business that you can say, oh, at least I know it's compounding every day and bringing me in more money? If you can't answer that question, you need to reevaluate your whole framework on how this entrepreneurship business field looks. If you can't say, I'm doing this every single day to help me bring in more clients, then you're effing up. Something's wrong. You're doing the business wrong. You're supposed to be always working on it, not just sitting on your butt waiting for a conference to come up. You go to the conference, hey, I feel good, and I'm knocking conferences right now, but it's the easiest example because I'm seeing this the most often. But you shouldn't be just sitting down every now and then. You look at some TikTok videos, and then you see the conference. People talk about the conference. Oh, I just paid $700 or whatever. I go to the conference. I learn a little bit of things. I take some pictures. I tell people that, hey, I'm at a conference. I look professional. And then you go home and you don't apply that information. That's not the way to go. And you have to think about it like this. If most notaries are doing that, you don't want to do what the majority of them are doing. You need to be doing what the other half is. There's a reason they call it a top 1% and a top 10% for a reason. You see what I'm saying? Because the top percentage of those people are doing different things, tactics, strategies. What did I say? I said tactics? Yeah, that was weird. But they're doing different tactics, they're doing different strategies, they're doing completely different things from the mass majority. And if you're going to these places where it seems to have a mass majority of people, if the majority of those people aren't really doing exceptionally good, why do you want to be around them anyway? Like I said, for example, I have gone to none of those and made millions. So if somebody's telling you, oh, you have to go to this to network, it's BS. It's bullshit. I have to actually say it this time. It's just bullshit. Like you don't need all of that. You see what I'm saying? Just do the work. So I want you to ask yourself this question. What am I doing every single day to grow my notary business? And your answer is gonna fall under one of these two categories, right? It's gonna be either time that you're investing or you're investing money. Are you investing money into your notary business every day? Or at least majority of the days, are you investing money into the notary business? If the answer is no because you don't have any money, then boom, time. Are you investing time into your notary business every single day? Like, are you actually investing time? Like, I'm sitting and I'm doing work in hopes that what I'm doing right now is bringing me in clients because I'm working on the business. You need to answer those questions for yourself. What are you doing? And if you're not doing something, you're effing up. You're doing the same mistake that most notary beginners and even experts are doing. So cut out the business theatrics. You're hearing it from Knowledge himself. The business theatrics feels good, and it's the easiest way to get money out of noobs and people that don't know how to actually do business. So hopefully you guys like that. Comment down below if you feel where I'm coming from. I try to just keep it straightforward, raw for you guys. And make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification. And I got a surprise for you at the end. Stick around and hear that. If you found this helpful, make sure to join our free Notary Knowledge Academy. It's the #1 community for all notaries. And if you need one-on-one mentorship on how to grow your business from 3 to 8K plus in your notary business, all the links are down below. Go ahead and click that, and I'll see you guys on the inside.